I just want to give honor to God, the eternal creator and master of the universe. I want to adore him and be in appreciation for one more day, to be a part of his creation, to be man, his highest creation, and to be a kingdom man. Okay, this is what I was saying, Sister Pastor Bracken. How are you? Good. I wish you the best with your speaking engagement, your upcoming speaking engagement, and that God will truly indeed use you. I noticed on your picture that your face seems a little plump, if you will. You've probably eaten all that good food, what you think is good, but I'm here to say that, a lot of food we eat in the Western world that is good, has been good to me the past 60 years. I was guilty as well, is not good for us. So what I'm going to be talking to or sharing with you right now is called, will be about, okay, let me look here for a second. Cosmic arrangement, environmental code, dictates of God, and gene food consistency. I'm going to sum it up. Let's go quickly to the Bible, and we're going to use these scriptures as reference points. In the book of Acts 17:26, it says, "From one man he made every nation of men to inhabit the whole world." Okay, let me read it in NIV. "From one human being he created all races of people and made them live throughout the whole earth. He himself fixed beforehand the exact times and the limit of places, or the appointed times where they should live. And God set boundaries for us all." He decided who's going to live where. The African here, the Eskimo there, the Chinaman there, and the gorilla here, and the polar bear there. Okay, that's what it's talking about. I'm going to expound a little more. But first, let me read also these two scriptures which will come into play. And in Ezekiel 47:12, you heard these very familiar passages of scripture before. It says that, now he's prophesying about the tree of life, because that's what it's called in the Revelation, even though he's not calling it tree of life here. But he says that fruit trees, Ezekiel 47:12, fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks. So there's a river in here and a bank on each side. It's called the bank, the land on each side, on both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail every month. Now, remember, Revelation, the tree going to bear fruit every month. Every month they will bear fruit. Why? Because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves for healing. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's fast forward to Revelation, which is the end, which is what this prophecy is speaking of. In Revelation 22:2, it says, "In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations." So the herbs or the leaves are for the healing of the nation. Now let's go back again. When I said that you looked a little plump in your face, I hope you didn't take offense. None was meant. And we have been guilty of that, myself as well. And we, being other pastors and preachers, we are guilty of violating God's genetical code. Not of our own doing. This is what I'm trying to say. And I mentioned about genetical code, environmental code, and well, I didn't call it genetical code, but that's what it is as well as environmental code and gene food consistency. And this all is talking about the cosmic arrangement. See, Acts 17:26 is talking about God's cosmic arrangement of his universe, which he knows what is best for it. So what I meant was, listen, the foods we're eating in the Western world are good, smell good, taste good, wow. But they're mostly acidic foods, acid-forming foods. Now, we must be alkaline or eat alkaline foods, or electric, which are electric foods, which goes back to the environment we were once placed in and what we ate in that environment, whether what the gorilla ate in his environment and what the polar bear ate in his environment. We're going to touch on that. So, but acidic, we're talking about the biochemistry a little here, the pH. You're a medical professional. The pH is the power of the hydrogen ion concentration, pH. Neutral is 7. Everything left to neutral, 6.9 and down, is acidic. And everything to the right, 7.1 to 9, is alkaline. God created his creation, man, to be alkaline. Okay? Electric. We are alive. Electrical impulses from our heart. Our brain is made of electricity composing of carbon and copper. Biochemistry here. But pretty straightforward stuff. So, the violation is, that's where the puffiness of the face. Now, you may notice my pictures from time to time. I've dropped from 207 down to 187. Not that I tried to lose weight or go on a diet. I assisted my changing my diet because of my health issues. And I come into the newfound knowledge, and I'm coming back to the getting in agreement with God, his genetical code for me, and based on his cosmic arrangement, and no longer violating that. See, we're violating on that. I tell you why. Because this is what he said. Listen very closely what God told you what was going to be your food. Okay? Genesis 1:29 NIV reads, "Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it." Why did God give it to us? He said, they will be your food. They will be yours for food. He gave it to us for food. So that's what God intended for us to eat, for our food. See, now going back to the gorilla and the polar bear, the gorilla in Africa, they call us African Americans. I'm a gorilla. I told a lady that the other day. I said, I'm from the jungle. She said, really, what part of Africa are you from? I said, no, ma'am, I was born right here in the United States of America. But they call me African American, and they say my descendants, that I descended from Africa. If that being true and being said, and the Europeans came and removed us from our environment that God placed us in, set the boundaries on, told us what our food was, when they removed us from that environment and brought us across the water, they did not bring our food with us. So what did they eat in the jungle? What did the gorilla? Mancho, he eats leaves off the trees and fruit. And he pounds his chest and he's strong. And he don't get sick. And none of that. There's no chicken running around, no turkey, no pizza. There's no ice cream and no milk and cheese and eggs. All those are acidic or acid-forming foods. Now, the whole thing about that is that's where the diseases live at. There's only one disease, and that is mucus, arthritis, bronchitis, neuritis, meningitis, pancreatitis, colonitis. You know for yourself as a retired respiratory therapist that what we do, we suction mucus, phlegm, from them because it blocks up their airways. That's why they call it bronchitis. And it blocks up your pancreatitis. Then you become, the insulin won't their pancreas gland won't function right, and maybe now you need insulin and all these things. See, what I'm saying in a nutshell is, I seen something on your post about your upcoming speaking, and you said come on out and see the move of God and get your healing or something. God will healing us. See, people are, remember now the Bible says we were already healed. By his stripes we're healed. And see, healing, if we violate God's, our genetic code, our environmental code, and we don't stay true to what we're supposed to be eating based on the environment God put us in, we're in violation of God, and then these sicknesses are going to grow. Cancers, abnormal growth. We're going to start having problems with our blood sugar and our blood pressure, and the pancreas don't work right no more, and the colon don't work right no more, and the kidney don't work, hepatitis, there's go another itis, and things of this nature. So they say detoxify. When these invaders, see, our body recognizes these foods as invaders. And what they're going to do is create toxins. And then toxins are going to create mucus, like a snowball effect. Now we got to cleanse and get our body detoxified, get all this mucus out. They're in my eyes right now. They everywhere. They block, make you need glass. They get into your glands and have hormones imbalances and things. And you go to the hospital, they don't know. We ain't supposed to go to the hospital. He said that the leaves are for the healing. The herbs are for the healing. The plants. That's what he said. And that's what it is. So, I said all to say this. We're going to be eating all these acid-forming foods, getting these sicknesses, and then go ask God to heal us when we are violating his code for our life. And that's why we're sick. So is God going to... Remember, there was a time when God winked at ignorance. I think it was 1728. You know the story. When Paul was passing through Ephesus, the Diana and the unknown God and all that. And he told them there was a time when God winked at ignorance, but God don't wink at ignorance today. Ignorance is being unlearned. This is the information age we live in. I'm sharing the information with you now that I've learned. I said all this to say this. There's nothing wrong with praying to God and believing God for metaphysical healing. However, we must not violate God's laws for our life. And then when these symptoms of sickness come upon us, then we want God to wave the magic wand and provide a miracle healing. No, we must stay true. We must get our bodies alkaline, because it says it's impossible for diseases to live in an alkaline state. Metabolic acidosis, respiratory acidosis. You see? Acid. So, when I said that, once you get on the, if you buy into this right now, and you say, I'm going to eat cucumbers, I'm going to eat tomatoes, which both have seeds, they're fruit, avocados with the seed, I'm going to eat watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe with the seeds, not seedless watermelon. I'm going to eat grapes with seeds in them. I'm going to eat all my green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper. I'm going to eat kale, romaine lettuce. We got to go away from the hybrids too. Hybrid foods are made by men. They will not assimilate. See, this is what I'm saying. The food that we're supposed to eat in our environment, if we eat the food that we're not supposed to eat in our environment, it's not going to assimilate with our body, chemical affinity. It's not going to bind. We are made mostly of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Our main ones, we're made of 102 essential nutrients, and that's what we must need. We don't need these supplements, vitamins. The vitamins are in the food. We need minerals. We need the herbs and the fruit for our food and for our healing. And we must no longer violate God's laws and then bring these conditions upon us. The Western world is not going to tell us. They're going to pump us with more chemicals. When we go to that man with the white coat, we need to establish a apothecary. Become your own medicine man. Make concoctions out of these herbs, tinctures. Mix 2 or 3 of them together. Get some vegan capsules like I'm going to do. Open the capsules up. Take 2 or 3 herbs together. Blood purifiers, for example, for septicemia. Well, you need to cleanse the blood. It's an infection in the blood. We got infections. We need to cleanse our liver out. The master detoxifier. We have to learn. You know anatomy and physiology. So you know the function of these organs, and then you need to tap into the many people out here spreading the news like myself. I'm going to get involved to be a herbalist. So I want to say that to you, my love, and I want you to look at those scriptures. Play this back and play it back, because the scriptures are there. The teaching is there. God said that the fruit will be for our food, and trees, and the leaves for the healing, not the chemicals. Not the chemicals for the healing, the leaves. They got many herbs. Check out YouTube, Dr. CB. Check out Kareem, the herbalist, and check out other herbalists. Check out people like myself who are getting in on the act. And with this technology, the truck just rolled by. I'm doing it to you live, standing under the tree as I'm waiting to go into work for Momentum Solar. Yeah. God is blessing and moving in my life. I wish I was there with you. I wish I could share with you, continue to work with you in ministry. And I want you to prosper, even as your souls prosper. Amen. God bless you, and goodbye for now.